Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll be going over the influence that tribes have on the game, focusing mainly on how they affect captains. If you missed parts 1 and 2, you might want to check them out first as I go over captain traits in part 1 and classes and advanced classes in part 2. I'll leave a link to them in the description below. But for now, my name is Parkattack. Let's get going. Tribes affect the game in several small ways. Perhaps the most important, the tribe of a legendary captain determines what legendary set their loot will come from. I won't be covering that here, as it's pretty self-explanatory that a legendary dark captain will drop loot from the dark set, a legendary feral captain will drop loot from the feral set, etc, etc. If you do want more details on the loot aspect of it, you can check out my Shadow of War gear video, once again with the link in the description below. Tribes also have an influence on fortresses, mostly just causing them to look differently, but also adding small tangible effects. While these differences are meant more for feel and aesthetics, they do have a small effect on gameplay. When it comes down to the captains themselves, their tribe will affect the way they look and act, and grant a tribe-specific bonus ability that can be used in combat. These bonuses can be found in the class traits section of the captain details screen. Each tribe only has one bonus, no matter what the class or advanced class of the captain is, except, for whatever reason, Ologs, which don't receive any. The Dark tribe worships Sauron loyally, and tends to favor the cloak and dagger mentality, ambushing and betraying often, as well as favoring poisonous weapons. In a Dark Overlord's fortress, you'll find alchemy stations throughout that can be shot to create large balefire explosions. The captains wear black armor with hints of dark red, oftentimes donning a masquerade-style mask to conceal their identity. The Dark tribe bonus is Dark Strikes. The captain will leap toward its target and strike several times. Each strike can be countered with the correct reaction, but they happen very fast and can cause a lot of damage. However, even if all strikes land, Talion can't be downed by this ability, and it'll instead just lower his health to 1 if enough damage is done. This ability, as far as I know, is also only used against Talion, making the Dark tribe one of the less useful tribes against other enemies. The Feral tribe is all about controlling beasts. Often found taming or hunting them in the wild, Feral tribe members are much more likely to acquire the Beast Slayer bonus trait, allowing them to kill beasts instantly. A Feral Overlord's fortress contains much more bait than normal, including several Drake lures, making this one of the best options for defending, as Talion won't have to wait on his cooldown to call in more Drakes. Feral captains can be seen wearing armor made from the beasts they've conquered, often consisting heavily of leather, fur, and bones. The Feral tribe bonus, Feral Claws, is very similar to the Berserker ability Furious Charge, but deals slightly less damage. The captain charges and tackles the target, then lands a few strikes before rolling off. Unlike the Dark tribe bonus, Feral Claws is utilized against other orcs, making it overall a more useful bonus. The Machine tribe is the heart of industry and engineering in Mordor, building much of its weapons, armor, and defenses, as well as preferring explosives and fire weapons in combat. You'll find forges scattered throughout a Machine tribe fortress that can be shot to create large fiery explosions. The captains of the Machine tribe carry smithing tools, often using them as weapons, and can be seen wearing iron-plated armor with lots of rivets and leather straps, likely made by their own hand. The Machine tribe bonus is Machine Hook. The captain will throw a chained hook at the target, dealing a good amount of damage on a hit, and then pull the target into melee range. While this attack does deal a substantial amount of damage, it doesn't land very often, making this a less than average tribe bonus. The Marauder tribe consists of light-hearted, self-serving orcs that'll do anything for shiny treasures, and usually seem more interested in golden gems than serving the Dark Lord. An overlord from the Marauder tribe will be sure to keep stashes of gold scattered throughout their fortress that Talion can loot. Although these stashes look impressive, they'll only grant 50 Mirian each, making them almost not even worth thinking about. Marauder captains will always be flaunting their loot, wearing as many pieces of shiny, decorative armor as they've managed to obtain. The Marauder tribe bonus is Hail of Bolts. This is a ranged attack in which the captain pulls out a couple of small crossbows and fires them rapidly, dealing damage and keeping the target stunned for the duration. This is one of the better tribe bonuses, as it not only deals a good amount of damage, but it can also add a ranged attack to the arsenal of a captain that otherwise might not have one. The Mystic tribe is an interesting bunch that likes to mess around with the dark arts, primarily as a way to raise the dead, and has an affinity towards cursed weapons. Mystic overlords like to keep totems up in their fortress, and various other locations scattered throughout the zone. While it's a little unclear exactly what the purpose of these totems serve, it's widely accepted that simply having a Mystic overlord increases the chances of cursed captains spawning in that zone. Cursed captains can be identified by their pale skin and dark veins, and are noteworthy because they're able to acquire the Necromancer bonus trait, allowing them to resurrect nearby dead allies. Mystic captains like wearing silver-clad armor with intricate ritualistic-looking patterns, usually including harrowing-looking faces or skulls. Mystic Blade is the Mystic tribe bonus, allowing the captain to quickly disappear and then reappear behind the target, dealing damage. This is one of the stronger tribe bonuses, as it not only provides a gap closer, but also deals a decent amount of damage. The Outlaw tribe is a group of rebels believing that Mordor belongs to the orcs and no one else. An outlaw fortress has several stages set up in the street, likely used to spread the word of the rebellion. When combat breaks out, grunts become more aggressive, planting war banners without the need of a commander. Outlaw captains wear armor pieced together from whatever scraps can be found, including bones, leather, fur, and iron, creating a chaotic look, often topped with a helmet full of feathers. The Outlaw tribe bonus is Outlaw Bolas. This ranged attack will stun on hit, but doesn't deal damage. More often than not, captains won't follow up on the stun, so while this might seem like a useful utility, it usually just ends up as nothing more than a temporary pause in combat. The Slaughter tribe is basically a group of blood-hungry orcs, feasting on whatever they kill, including cannibalizing their own. Slaughter overlords like to have meat readily available, so they set up several meat grinding stations that can be shot for a fiery explosion. Slaughter captains like to carry around kitchen utensils such as cleavers and skewers, and are oftentimes wearing aprons covered in blood. The Slaughter tribe bonus is Slaughter Cleavers. This is a ranged attack in which the captain throws a flurry of cleavers at the target, dealing damage and healing itself a small amount. Although this attack doesn't do as much damage as some of the other tribe bonuses, the heal can make a difference in a fight, being the only form of self-healing for any captain that isn't a tank. The Terror tribe consists of orcs that enjoy pain and inflicting it on others. You can find guillotines throughout the streets of a terror fortress that can be activated to cause nearby grunts to flee in terror. On top of that, grunts throughout the zone will be more likely to flee in the middle of combat for no apparent reason. Captains of the Terror tribe like their armor to wear them. Mostly consisting of sharp bare metal plates, their armor tends to be engraved into their own skin, making for a very intense and uncomfortable look. The tribe bonus for the Terror tribe is Terror Chains. This is a large sweeping attack that deals damage and knocks down both enemies and allies alike. Although friendly fire can be a problem here, the large area of effect makes this attack very effective against other orcs. With solid damage and a knockdown to boot, the Terror tribe bonus is one of the best in the game. The Warmonger tribe is a very militaristic tribe, caring about war, combat, and discipline above all else. A Warmonger overlord will do everything within their power to recruit as many grunts as possible, resulting in more total grunts throughout the entire zone. Warmonger captains wear an array of militaristic-looking armor, but can always be identified by their spiked and bladed gauntlets, which they use in combat. Using the gauntlets, a Warmonger captain will lock Talion's weapon in place with the tribe bonus Warmonger Clash. If Talion is unable to break free with the correct reactions, extra damage will be taken. This ability is very similar to the Dark tribe's bonus, both requiring quick reactions to defend against, and both only usable on Talion. Sadly, this makes the Warmonger tribe bonus one of the less useful ones in the game, as it'll never be utilized against other orcs. In conclusion, it's pretty clear that tribes have much more of an impact on style and personality than they do on gameplay. While some tribe bonuses are better than others, none of them have as large of an impact as traits or even classes in advanced classes. Tribes are in the game mostly for aesthetic purposes and for gear farming. Similarly to classes in advanced classes, you shouldn't write off a captain just because they aren't a part of your favorite tribe. You might not like the way they look and act, and you might think their tribe bonus is useless, but once again, from purely a gameplay perspective, traits matter the most. And that's gonna do it for this video. Don't forget to check out the links in the description for part 1, where I go over traits, and part 2, where I talk about classes and advanced classes. You can follow me on Twitter at Park Attack, join my Discord server Massive Attack, or if you want to see me live, you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/parkattack. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new and enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you will, but more importantly, let me know what you think in the comments. Peace.